2 years ago, I finally had the time and the opportunity to pursue a long-awaited dream. And my dream was to climb Island Peak, a 20,300-foot peak in Nepal. Now, I realize not everybody has a dream like that, particularly for a woman who's 63 years old. But I love climbing mountains, and this one was going to be my biggest one. But I had some big doubts about my ability to do a peak at this magnitude and at this age. In fact, the small group that I was in, people were half my age, and that didn't help my doubts. But Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. And I kept those thoughts right here. As we reached the base of Island Peak, I was so excited to be this close to fulfilling my dream. But I was also anticipating what lies ahead. Our climbing guide had awakened us at midnight to finish packing, and off we went in the night at 1 a.m. It was cold, really steep, but there was no wind, and the full moon was our guide all the way to the glacier. As I watched the 30-year-olds ahead of me, I heard myself saying, what in the world is a 63-year-old woman doing here on this mountain? I was in the rear of the line, fighting those very thoughts and taking frequent breaks. I felt pressured to keep up with their pace. Come on, Renee, keep going, focus. As we reached the glacier, we were now moving across with ropes, crampons, and ice axes. In an hour, we saw the summit. But what stood between us and the summit was this 300-foot head wall of snow and ice, about the size of a football field. It was daunting. Now, hiking across a football field at sea level doesn't take very long. But climbing an icy football field vertically with half the oxygen available at 20,000 feet is grueling. It took every ounce of will and strength for me to ascend this wall, using ropes and these devices called Jumars. Slide up, lock, step up, rest, and breathe. And that slow process continued for the next 3 hours. At 9:06 a.m., I stood on the summit of Island Peak. I was thrilled. I never felt so alive. So why did it take me 20 years to do this? Perhaps it was timing or convenience or deciding the worthiness of the dream. The best time to have done this would have been 20 years ago when I was 20 years younger. According to Oprah, the greatest adventure one could have is to live the life of their dreams. You gotta start. Now's the time. Thank you.
Good job. Just a hug. Well done. Well done. Perfect. Okay, smile for the camera. Here, you hold this.
Okay.
Thank you. Renee Kessler. Fantastic.